You don't even deserve to be on this page. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen an X on a treasure map? What if I told you you're sitting on it and you don't even realize it yet? What if I just told you you stumbled on a gold mine beyond anything you could have ever dreamed of? You have no clue as to the power of what you're about to be offered. But whether you know it or not, I'm about to share a weird tip with you on how any average Joe can turn $100 into upwards of $175 in just less than 60 seconds flat. Absolutely free. And it can be repeated over and over again. There's people making upwards of $10,000, even $20,000 a month using this single weird tip I'm going to share with you based on what I've seen. I personally have seen money generated through this. In fact, here's a bank account here that has over $200,000. That's a lot of coin for a regular checkings account. I'm talking about a new money-making game that the elite financial institutions like Wall Street are playing. Just like how they did in the 2000s with the real estate bubble and the dot-com boom. And by the time you hear this, it'll be too late. But luckily, you're here early, because the vast majority of the public has purposely been left out in the dark about this. What I'm talking about here is a whole new money-making universe where you can leverage the financial system for your own personal gain from the comfort of your own home, all legally and ethically, of course. You ain't in Kansas anymore, Dorothy, and that's why this may not be for you. Chances are, I bet 90% of you will run from this like scared little schoolgirls. My suggestion? Go back to your everyday life. Exit this page, continue to your old life. Another uneventful day being you. But if you can see yourself exploiting the same money prediction strategy used by the super rich that I'm willing to share with you for free, while laughing all the way to the bank, without selling anything, without buying any advertising, without promoting any garbage business opportunity crap, without a single marketable skill to your name, without knowing any technical computer stuff. If that's you, I want you to sit back, shut up, and listen up. Because you do need to hear this. I'm ready to expose my secret to pure esoteric money-making bliss here. But just so I'm clear, you need to know something before we continue. You need to stop wasting your time with whatever business or money-making endeavors you're perusing yourself with on your spare time. And stop breaking the number one cardinal rule, handing over dollars to pick up dimes. Because it ain't working, and there's a safe bet that'll never work. Got it? Good. Now, it's time to open yourself to a whole new world of opportunity. A secret kept hidden very long by the rich and powerful. Even the richest families in America are all involved in this in one way or another. And they don't want you to know about it. It's been kept under wraps for very long, and this is what I'm going to be revealing to you here. Now look, I'm a low-key investor. I recently just got out of a $2 billion pool where I ended up collecting a cool approximate $10.6 million in sales just last year, sitting on my ass, thanks to knowing secrets like the one I'm about to share with you. Secrets that were not meant to be shared for us average Joes. And I know what it's like to be in your shoes. I was once like you. I've experienced the lowest of lows you could imagine. In 2006, I went from dead broke to making six figures in the span of a year. Since then, the rest has been history. So it sucks for you that the odds in society are stacked against you, where your boss can drop you at any moment's notice, where the financial elite sees you as fresh meat, and a punching bag to some of the slimiest internet gurus all trying to cash grab your wallet for all it's worth. Quite simply, you're on the bottom of the food chain. From your local banker to the financial advisor all the way to Wall Street, everyone is eating off your hard work. And the worst part, you don't even know it, but you're their personal ATM. Look, it doesn't matter where in the world you live. In some way or shape, you're paying federal taxes, state taxes, local taxes, sales taxes, Social Security, Medicare, and before you know it, you're left with nothing. And with all these systems in place, it's no wonder why society was designed to make us lose. To be financially strapped, to be dependent on the banks, and live a life of debt while we grind away at the 9 to 5 clock. Meanwhile, the once far and few who created it went at our expense as we filled their greedy pockets with our cash. Now, call me a modern-day Robin Hood, if you will, but I think everyone deserves an equal playing field. I'm a big believer in good, hard-working people having a chance at opportunity, and that's why I'm sharing this with you here today, to give motivated individuals like yourself an opportunity, an edge, a chance to fight back, using this free secret strategy that I'll reveal to you. What I'm exposing to you here has created more millionaires and more billionaires than anything else in history in the past century, let alone history itself, the financial world. What we are doing here is that we're tapping into the world of the financial industry, a global multi-trillion-dollar world that's largely been dominated by greedy corporate fat cats and the financial elites. I'm talking about the types of people who put my own personal intelligence to shame. I'm talking about all that boring financial stuff you probably snark or ignore. Fancy words like stocks, commodities, indices, currencies, blah blah blah. All that fancy crap you see on TV or in the newspapers with the numbers and arrow signs. But both you and I know that billions of dollars are moving in the span of seconds every single day from the New York Stock Exchange to the London Stock Exchange to the Asian stock markets. You get the picture. And those billions of dollars are controlled by big financial firms, banks, investors, the super rich. And for far too long, the super rich in the US and the global financial markets have been the ones in control. Because as they say, money is power. And when you have power, you have influence. We saw firsthand what kind of influence these money-wielding power figures hold just a few short years ago. Need a refresher?
We haven't seen anything like this probably since the Great Depression, I think it's fair to say.
We're down 9% today. The Xetra DAX over in Frankfurt is down by 9%. The Paris market down by 9%. Austria, which was briefly suspended earlier on in the day, is down by nearly 11%.
This could be the most serious recession in decades. And that means life, as most Americans know it, is about to change, in some cases dramatically.
Now, this weird tip I'll be revealing here. Major banks worldwide follow this simple tip. Using our own money and using financial instruments I'll be sharing with you are making simple yes or no decisions with millions of dollars and turning those millions into even more millions. Now is the time for average people like us to have control, to be in charge of our financial interests, and not at the expense of bigger financial powers using our money to only lose people's 401ks like they have just a few short years ago. So first, let me show you how this system works with a visual demonstration, and then I'll share with you 3 approved brokers verified by myself personally to only run with, as you'll see below. Then I'll share this weird tip with you so you can make money with the system. So here's the interface of one of the recommended solutions you'll be using. As you can see, I can look into stocks, currencies, indices, and commodities. These are 4 live money-making opportunities in the global world market that are available at your fingertips for average Joes like us. Like I said, this kind of stuff usually requires you to have lots of money. And now thanks to websites like this, we now have the capabilities too. Now, these type of investments are known as digital options or binary options. And all you're doing here is simply selecting a stock and making a simple decision by the expiry date. Is it going to increase or is it going to decrease? You enter in the amount and you hit the trade button. It is as simple as that. For example, in this one here, it's going down. So I'm going to select the down button. I put in the amount, say $10, and this will be the return that I get by the expiry. As you can see, the time right now on this market is 20:07. This will expire at 2100. That means in less than an hour, I will make $17 on my $10 investment. Now, look over here. You're going to see a section here that's called 60 seconds. Now, this is what I meant. If you put in, let's say, $100 in here, and in less than 60 seconds, based on the decision you make, you can profit on a percentage return, upwards of 75%. In this case, we have 67. For example, if I put in $100, I can make $167. That is pure profit of $67 in less than a minute. So watch as I'm going to make upwards of $67 in the next 60 seconds. And we're going to speed this up for you here as well. Again, you can see I've already logged into my account. Here's my balance over here at the top right. Here's the time. And now we're going to go and put in an investment, $100. As you can see right now, this is in the market. I predict the following. And there you go. I just made $67 right in front of your eyes, twice. You can see I put in two amounts here. And that's not all. As you can see, there are other options available to you. You can make money in 15 minutes or even an hour from now. So these are the ways that you can make money with this. As you just saw, I made $67 twice here in just less than a minute. So that's it. That's all there is to it. Remember what I said? This is not rocket science here. You simply look at an option, select up or down, depending on how you think the option is going to change in the course of 60 seconds or 15 minutes or a couple of hours. And if it works out to your favor, you profit off your investment. Pretty cool, right? So now that you understand that, let me share with you how one can make $10,000 a month using this system. First and foremost, and the most important of all, you must, and I repeat, must, use an approved broker. A good broker is rare to come by, and luckily for you, I've done all the grunt work, and I found 3 of the top preferred solutions based on my knowledge and thorough research. What I want you to do right now is register with one or more of the following below. Each site will require a minimum deposit of $100, but I personally suggest you deposit $200 to get you profiting even higher figures on your investments. Now, the second step is to get you trading smart and minimizing your risk. The goal here is to help you profit off each trade you make using this tested formula. Here's a chart to give you an idea of how much you should be doing for each trade you set up. As you can see, since I've recommended that most of you deposit $100 or $200 in each approved broker, that means only put the max investment trade of $10. And best of all, some of these preferred brokers are score to deal with. Will even provide you free bonus money on top just to get you started. So again, you're minimizing your risk even more. So say if you deposit $500, the broker may even give you $125 in bonus money. So now the third step, and this is the most important. This is the tip that powers the entire system and the reason you're here today. This is the engine that drives the profit and allows you to figure out exactly what kind of decision you need to make to minimize your risks and maximize your profit off these investments. This weird tip is called trending, and it's really simple to understand. To understand trending, we simply want to look at A, 1-minute candlesticks, or B, 5-minute candlesticks. When you're looking at a candlestick graph of a digital option you're interested in from one of those brokers that I've recommended to you, you want to figure out one simple thing. 1. Is the trend rising or declining? 2. Is the trend stagnant? Here are some graphs to give you an idea of these case scenarios. Here's the candlestick graph. As you can see, this graph shows that it's moving upwards. This means that it's trending up. In this situation, you would select the up button on this investment. Now here's a second candlestick graph. As you can see, this graph shows that it's moving downwards. So in this situation, you select the down or put button on this investment. And finally, here's the third candlestick graph. As you can see, in this case, it's kind of hard to tell if it's going up or down, as it's pretty stagnant. Stay away from these. These are the 3 simple rules that you need to follow. Now, you may be asking yourself, following this methodical approach, what are one's odds of winning? Well, like anything you do in the financial market, obviously there is risk. What we have created here is a methodical solution to help minimize your risk. Because I'm not going to be that kind of guy who, quote unquote, tries to guarantee your success or even try to claim to, okay? I mean, I don't know anything about you after all. You can make a mistake for all I know. But what I can say is that this system is being used by people right now, every day, and people are making money. And that